Hi Caleb, this is Coach Smart from ABC Baseball Camps. I'm going to do your hitting evaluation today. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about your setup. Okay, for me, Caleb, you're a little bit narrow. Okay, I'd like to see a little bit wider, just to get you a little more athletic in the batter's box. Okay, all good hitters are athletic in the batter's box. They're in a good athletic position. And we got to get you into that a little better position there at the setup. Your hands are in good shape there from where you're standing there. I like that. Okay, so let's watch and see what you do here as you go forward. Okay, it looks like to me you're kind of stepping back a little bit away from the pitcher. You're set up square here, and then as you step, you go in the bucket a little bit there. Okay, and what that does, buddy, is when you get in that position right there, your front hip is already open. Okay, in here, and that leads to a bunch of different issues as you keep going. From a standpoint, once your front hip is open, then your front shoulder opens up, and then you have a more difficult time being successful and consistent. Okay, so got to make sure you step straight. The next thing we want to talk about is we want to make sure where you are at the point of contact. Okay, so right here, you're from a standpoint of your back leg is dynamite. That's really good. Nice kind of backward C there. Okay, so it looks like you understand what you're trying to do from a standpoint of your lower half, which is to drive that back knee down towards the pitcher. But Caleb, if you're not driving that back knee down towards your inside of your front foot, then you're just losing all that energy that you created by doing that. Okay, so you've got to get to a point, buddy, where you're driving that knee to the inside of that front foot. And that front foot should be like more in here, intersecting that line like your back foot is. And you gotta drive that that knee to that foot, and that's where that foot should be. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where you are at from a hand standpoint. Pretty good barrel path. That's a pretty good position to be in at the point of contact. If you're making contact there, got a nice L there, which is good. Your left arm is textbook. That's good. So you're in a really good position to hit the baseball right there. And your finish is pretty good, so I got no issues there. A little off balance. See how you're off balance? That all goes back to that front foot being at the angle it's at, and your feet not being wide enough at the start of your swing. Okay, so you're unathletic in the batter's box, which causes you to fall over sideways, and in order to be a good hitter, you have to have what we call dynamic balance in the batter's box, that you could play football after your swing. You could tackle somebody, you could shoot a jump shot, you could guard somebody in basketball when you finish your swing, and right now that's not the case. So let's watch another swing. A little bit too much movement going on with those feet. Okay, there's that foot. Your feet are perfect right there from a standpoint of being parallel. They're not wide enough, but they're perfect. And then as you step forward, there goes that foot behind that line. Open up there goes that hip opening up and put you in a tough position to hit. Okay, Caleb, understand this, buddy. No matter where the pitch is at, whether it's middle, whether it's away, outside, or inside, you're going to step straight. Okay, we can't step towards the pitch. We have to step straight. And then how we make the adjustment on the inside pitch to the outside pitch is by where we make contact with the baseball. If it's inside, we're going to make contact a little farther out in front of home plate. If it's outside, we're going to let it get a little deeper, but we're still going to step straight. We're always going to step straight. Because I don't think there's a heck of a lot wrong with your swing, but your swing, the foundation of your swing, is your feet. And when your feet aren't doing the right thing, it's hard to get the rest of your body to do the right thing. And then you're kind of off balance again after you finish that swing. Okay, so in a good position here, but the foot comes down, you're way out of the batter's box, or you step in kind of in the bucket there in the hole a little bit, and that just kind of creates a ton of issues. We need you to look at the big picture and look at down the road 2 or 3 years where pitchers are going to be able to command the outside half of the plate. And if you can't handle that pitch, they're going to know it. A hitter's job is to prove to a pitcher, to an opposing coach, that, hey, you throw it outside and I'm going to hit it. Because once they find your hole, if you have a hole in the outside half, they're going to exploit it and keep throwing out there. Now, right now, pitchers don't have that kind of command. They don't have that kind of control. But again, looking at the big picture, as you get older, as you get ready to enter into high school and stuff, they are going to be able to command that, and you have to be able to counteract that by being able to hit that pitch in the outer half. And you have no chance to hit it if you step in the bucket. You gotta step straight. So I wouldn't change too much of what you're doing with your swing. If you fix your front foot and fix that front hip, most of your little minor issues you have with your swing will get taken care of. Okay, so one way to fix that is to have Dad put a couple pieces of tape on the ground in the garage and just take dry swings. 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day will take care of that in a month. Put a piece of tape down where your back foot's going to start, put a piece of tape down where your front foot's going to start, and then where your front foot's going to land. And every time it lands, you got to make sure when it lands parallel to your back foot. And if you do that for 5 or 10 minutes a day for a couple, 2-3 weeks, that issue will disappear and you'll be on your way. But until then, buddy, it's going to be a struggle, because once you blow out that front hip, boy, it's a difficult thing to fix from a standpoint of trying to get the rest of your swing to kind of make up for what you're doing with your feet. Okay, so Caleb, I hope that helps you a little bit, and we'll look forward to seeing you next year at the ABC Baseball Camp. Bye-bye.